Hi, this is the Voice Explainer. Today I'll be explaining the movie named The Bad Batch. In a future society, criminals are no longer allowed to live among normal peoples and are instead to sent to desert wasteland. These outcasts are called bad batchers and are given a numbers of identification. In this desert, two main groups have formed. One group tries to live normally while the other has turned into cannibals due to a lack of food. One day, the police drops off a girl named Erlen in this area, where more than 5,000 people have already been sent. A steel fence surrounded a place to keep people from escaping. As Erlen walks, she sees a sign saying that area beyond is no longer part of America. Meanwhile, the USA isn't responsible for that happens there. She also carries a page that says, "Find the dream, find the comfort," referring to a safer place in the desert called Comfort, where some of the bad batchers live. Erlen finds an old car and sits inside to rest, unaware that two men from the cannibals group are watching her. They capture her, tie her up, and cut off her hand and foot to cook and eat, as this is how they survive. Erlen realizes she is next and knows she must escape. Even though she is badly injured and chained, she covers herself with trash to appear sick. When one of the cannibal women comes to check on her, she unties Erlen to clean her, but Erlen hides a metal rod and stabs her repeatedly, killing her. Erlen crawls away and finds a skateboard, using it to escape across the desert, exhausted and starving. She eventually faints. An old man who lives alone and isn't part of any group finds her, rescues her in his car and takes her to Comfort, then disappears. 5 months later, Erlen now lives in a Comfort with a prosthetic leg and a better life, surrounded by shops, medical service, and basic comforts. Meanwhile, in the desert, a cannibal family lives, led by the man called a Miami Man, who lives with his wife and daughter and is also a skilled painter. One day, he kills a girl he had imprisoned, cuts her body into pieces, and they eat her for dinner. Back in Comfort, Erlen feels deeply sad about seeing her arm and leg, and imagines how good it would be to have her complete body again. Erlen was angry at the cannibals for what they had done to her, so she took a gun and decided to take revenge. She found another secret way out to Comfort and uses it to live. At the same time, Miami Man's wife went out to look for supplies, taking their daughter with her. Meanwhile, they were searching through some old junk. Erlen saw them from a distance. When she realized they were cannibals, she made up her mind to kill them. Miami's wife begged for mercy, saying she hadn't hurt anyone, but Erlen didn't listen. She said that she had also begged the cannibals to spare her, but they showed no mercy and cut off her hand. So she shot and killed Miami's wife. The little girl, too young to understand what had just happened, stood silently, unable to process her mother's death. Feeling pity, Erlen decided not to hurt the child and brought her back to Comfort. The old man notices them returning. The girl saw a rabbit toy and liked it, so Erlen bought it for her. Later, she took the girl to her own home. Meanwhile, as evening came and his wife and daughter still hadn't returned, Miami Man becomes worried. He went out to search for them and eventually reaches the place with all the old stuff. There he found his wife's dead body being eaten by crows, but his daughter was gone. Suddenly he noticed the old man looking through junk and showed him a sketch of his daughter, asking him if he had seen her. The old man agreed to help, but only if Miami would draw his portrait. With no choice, Miami made the sketch. Then the old man gave him a clue by writing "Find Comfort" on the girl's picture, indicating that she was in Comfort. That night, Erlen took the girl to club inside Comfort, where the richest man and most powerful person, known as Dream, was present. Everyone there saw Dream as a kind of hero. Dream was the mayor of Comfort and also the main supplier of drugs there. The drug was special. It made people feel like they had entered another world, almost like dreaming, which is why he had called it a dream. At a party, he gave a drug to everyone, and Erlen took it too. While under the influence, Miami's daughter dropped her rabbit and went to pick it up, wandering far from Erlen and ending up with Dream, who looks her with him. Erlen, affected by a drug, started looking for the girl but was confused and overwhelmed by hallucinations. While searching outside Comfort, she didn't realize that Miami was right behind her. The next morning, Erlen woke up far from comfort and saw Miami standing beside her, holding her artificial foot so she couldn't walk. She showed her a sketch of his daughter and asked her if she had seen her. But Erlen died and said no, because cannibals were not allowed inside comfort and would be shot if they tried to enter. Miami then made a deal with Erlen. She would spare her life if she brought her daughter back from comfort, warning her that he would kill her if she failed. Erlen agreed and they both set off towards comfort. Along the way, they met a cannibal man who offered to give them a fuel if Miami let him eat an Erlen's foot. The man threatened her to kill Miami and take Erlen. So Miami pretended to agree but then threw a knife at him. Meanwhile, took the man's supplies and even cut off his hand to keep. As they continued their journey, a huge sandstorm hit, forcing them to take shelter in a tent until it passed. That night, Miami cooks the man's hand for food. Erlen asks him how he ended up as a bad batcher and cannibals. He explains that he came to America on a boat when he was 16 and because he was undocumented, he was sent to the desert. Both Erlen and Miami had suffered a lot and during that time they began to grow closer. But suddenly someone shot and injured Miami. A stranger appeared and told Erlen to come with him. At that moment, Erlen had to decide whether to stay with Miami or go with the stranger. And in the end, she chose to go with the stranger. A man from comfort takes Erlen back into the area. But once she is there, she doesn't feel happy. She keeps thinking about Miami and how he saved her life and took care of her, and realizes she had started liking him. So she decided to leave comfort and back to find him. When she reaches the place, Miami isn't there, but she finds his skateboard and takes it with her back to comfort. Meanwhile, the old man is sitting alone in the desert and sees crows flying in the distance. He knows something is wrong, so he goes to check and finds Miami unconscious. He helps him to catching a crow and giving it to Miami to eat so he can regain strength. At the same time, Erlen is looking at the sketches in the Miami's book, including one of his daughter, and he decided she must find the girl. She shows the sketch around comfort, but no one recognizes the girl. While resting, she sees some women coming out of Dream's house, and one of them is with Miami's daughter. It becomes clear that Dream adopted her because she had no children. Erlen knows it won't be easy to take her back since Dream has power and authority, so she comes with his plan and goes to Dream's palace, where women are making drugs. Dream tells her that drugs are a reason for his success. Erlen pretends she wants to work there too and Dream agrees. A woman takes her to a room and Erlen uses to excuse to going to bathroom to take out a hidden gun from the fake foot. She then captures Dream's wife and tells Dream that if he wants his wife freed, he must let the girl go. Dream agrees and Erlen escapes with the woman and the girl in a carriage. Once they are out of comfort, Erlen flees the woman and then continues on with the girl into the desert. There they find Miami, who is recovering with the help of the old man. Erlen returns his daughter to him and asks him to let her come with them. But Miami says no, explaining that they are cannibals and one day might even eat her, so it's safer for her to return to comfort. But Erlen says she doesn't care and just wants to be with him because she likes him. Then Miami's daughter says she is hungry and wants noodle, not meat. But since there was no noodle, Miami kills a rabbit and gives her that to eat. After that, they all begin to live happily together and the film ends here. Thank you for watching.